It's time once again for your update from the City of New Hope and bringing us the information. The mayor once again, Kathi Hemken. Welcome, Mayor. How are you today?
Hi, just fine. Thanks, Dave.
Thanks for joining us. We have a lot to talk about and some extra variety for you today of some new topics to this report for you. Let's begin in community development. A lot going on with businesses. Let's begin with NowMart. Give us a little look back at what's been going on and what the latest update is.
Well, NowMart is that beautiful bright red gas station and car wash right on Bass Lake Road. That's now changing hands. It's going to be a holiday superstation, gas station. It's got just a different name, but it's going to be the same owners, and it'll be operated in just the same way that it was. So look for a name change on the building.
All right, that's along Bass Lake Road. Let's move down to Windsor Ridge. We've talked about some of the building going on there of some great new homes. What is the latest there?
Well, they sold the 10th house for $446, which is incredible. There's 12 more in the process. Either they're up for sale or they're in the process of being built. So it's moving right along.
And for your business update, let's now hop over to 42nd Avenue, County Road 9, and talk about the Pocket Square Lounge. What is the latest there? Some interesting work going on inside, I understand.
Yes, this is the old Mountain Mud. And so it was taken over by a family, and they're going to be distilling vodka and gin with flavors and have a tasting lounge. Well, they're planning to open sometime in January, but with COVID, they don't know if they can. So then it'll be pushed out to February. But they're just doing some remodeling inside. And I heard yesterday they're pouring a concrete bar.
Interesting.
Yep, I'm anxious to see what it looks like.
Okay, we will keep people up to date on that. Moving on in community development, something residents might not be aware of, something called the Property Maintenance Reference Guide. Give us a little description of what this is and what it means to residents in the city.
Well, what happened with that is the city council passed a bunch of ordinance changes, things like the heights of fences and how far back they have to be. And so what we did is we put that all into the property management guide, and that's going to be available online for people to look at. We just want all of the information for property managers to be able to go in one place and see it all at once, instead of having just a bunch of little pieces here and there with changes on it. So go online and you'll be able to see it there.
And you see the city's website at the bottom of the screen, newhopemn.gov, the place to find out that information and much more that we'll talk about in the next couple minutes. Right-of-way permit fee increase, something that is happening in the city of New Hope. Again, give us a little background if you could and what this means to the city's budget.
Well, as you know, a lot of the boulevards are owned by the city. And that's part of the right-of-way. It's a setback from their houses. And we have other property that we own. Well, when utilities want to put their stuff in, they need to get a permit to put their stuff on our right-of-ways. That permit was $50. And we found out that Hennepin County charges $350. So we changed our price on that.
Okay.
We had some talk about whether or not it should be per project or per foot or per yard. That seemed like too much hassle. And so what Hennepin County does is they just have a standard fee. If Excel wants to put something on our right away, it's a $350 fee.
Very good. Good to know. Let's talk about the town planner calendar, something residents can be watching for.
Well, the town planner is put out by Tony Salinger and his group, and they go to businesses, local businesses and the city, and get coupons and things to put in this calendar. Well, because of COVID, everything's a little bit late. So those calendars will be mailed out to residents the end of December. They won't be at City Hall until the end of December either. So if you don't get it in the middle of December, don't go to City Hall because we don't have them either. But there'll be a lot of good coupons in there that we can use. So get the calendar, and if you don't get one at your address, or if you have an apartment and didn't get one, go to City Hall and you can pick one up.
Good to know. A good tool for people to have. Monthly single-family conversions to rental, something we've talked about over the past couple months to keep residents up to date. What are the latest numbers here?
Well, if you have a home and you want to rent it, you have to get a rental license. And the reason for that is we want to make sure that that rental home is safe and secure and is up to our standards. So what happens is people people take their single-family homes and turn them into rentals, and then a lot of times the rentals turn back to single-family homes.
Mhm.
So up to this date, we've had 19 homes gone into rental, and I believe there's 13 that now have gone from rental back to single-family. So it comes and goes, and we just keep an eye on who's doing what.
Very good. Something we also keep an eye on here with these updates is scattered site housing projects within the city. And you're letting residents know there are a number of signs out and about, a lot of projects going on.
There are. There's 8 projects at this time. And what you'll see is a sign, a blue sign in the front of the building or the yard, the space, that says it's work is being done by the EDA, Economic Development Authority.
Mhm.
That's basically the city council and the city that's doing that. So keep an eye on what's going on. And there's what we're doing is we're trying to buy old houses,
Right.
either tear them down or rehab them, and just to make the neighborhoods look nice and keep the property values up.
Very good. Let's move to building permits and inspections. A quick note here about New Hope Liquor. What is the latest information to pass along to residents?
Well, there's a liquor store on Bass Lake Road, right off of Winnetka. It's on the north side. They bought the building across the street where the Family Dollar is, and they've been renovating it. Well, the contractor they had did half the job, and then they just left. And so they were stuck with trying to find another contractor. Well, they did that, and now they're just about ready to move in. They're thinking they want to open before the end of the year.
Okay.
So watch for that opening. I don't know if they're just going to take the boxes of alcohol and run them across the street or how they're moving in, but they will be moving in, and that'll be their new location.
Very good. Public Works, time for an update on the utility bill certifications. And I understand we may have a final number, Mayor.
This is it. I'm not talking about this again till next year. It's down to $184,000. And of course, that's from people who aren't paying their utility bills.
Right.
When we buy water from Minneapolis, we then dole it out to customers, and they pay for that. Well, we've already paid for that water. So when a customer doesn't pay us for that water, we have to either get the money from them somehow or pass it on to other people. Well, instead, what we do is we give them a chance to pay that bill, and if they don't pay it, it gets certified onto their taxes.
Okay.
So as of the end of November, it's been certified, this $184,000 onto their taxes, and they will then they'll have to pay it that way, and we'll get our $184,000.
Very good. Let's move ahead to a new topic. Let's talk forestry for a couple minutes. The 2020 forestry update. You've got a lot here, and the unfortunate star of the show in some cases, the emerald ash borer, I understand.
There is. That's been around for a while. We saw the first signs of it last year by Cooper High School, and now they found a tree on 49th in Virginia. So it is spreading. So what we've been doing is trying to take down ash trees, whether they're sick or not, in the park, just so that we don't have to take all the trees down at once.
Mhm.
So this year we've taken down 90 trees. Some of them in the park, some of them on boulevards. We've replaced that with, we took down 112 trees. We've placed that with 99 trees. Now, anyone that had a tree taken down on their boulevard after the latter part of October will have to wait till spring. This is not the time to plant a new tree. If you happen to have a tree on your boulevard that we have not seen and you think it's sick or you know that it's an ash tree and you want it gone, call the city and it'll get put on the list, and we'll take that down probably not this winter, probably in the spring. The other thing that's been happening is when the street crews have time, they'll start trimming trees in designated areas. So if you have a branch that's down, now this isn't a branch on private property, it's a branch on the right of way.
Okay.
It's like in the front on the boulevard.
Mhm.
Call City Hall, they'll come take care of that. Just a thing on the ash tree. If you have an ash tree in your backyard or your actual yard, not on the boulevard, and that you want down or is sick, you have to take that down yourself. That's private property.
Mhm.
So the only trees we're taking down are the ones in the parks and the public spaces and the right-of-way.
Very good. A lot of information there. Again, go to the city's website to find out more about the emerald ash borer issue within the city. Let's move ahead to Park and Recreation. A lot going on here, and you've got a couple programs that, despite COVID, are going very strong.
Well, they are doing the dance program virtually. And I saw a couple of those where the dance instructor is standing in front of a screen teaching these kids how to dance.
Mhm.
And they teach them all individually while they're watching their screen. It's been going very, very well. There's something called the Tiny Tigers. It's a martial arts program. They
Mhm.
were doing that virtually, and that's been going well too. So we're doing some stuff
Very good.
along
And
with
then,
that. Oh,
yeah,
go ahead.
something a little different that all families can get involved in are the family activity packs. Explain what those packs are. We've got a little visual to show you here too. And how does this process work?
I brought that up last week, and I didn't have a number, so I went to the Park and Rec people and said, I need more information.
Right.
So they have this family activity pack, which is for $15. You can rent this pack. It's 2 sleds, 2 saucers, saucers that you slide on, and 2 adult sets of snowshoes and poles, and 4 children's sets. So you can rent all this for 2 weeks. It'd be nice if we had some snow when you rented it.
Right.
Doesn't do a lot of good right now. So they also have something called, I'm looking for the holiday craft pack.
Okay.
And that's $20. You don't rent that, you buy that. It's a gingerbread house. It's some ornaments you can make, a puzzle, some things to color, bubbles, string art, just things to keep the kids busy, and it's $20. There's a science kit, and there's a couple of those left. I don't know what they cost. You'll have to go online to do that. Those are kind of focused for the younger or middle school kids.
Okay.
But they're little science projects. Just things things to do at home.
Yeah,
when
great
you can't
fun.
go out.
Right. People need some of those activities right now. Let's look ahead now to spring and summer activities. Already some planning going on there in a couple areas. Tell us about that.
Well, the spring and summer catalogs are being worked on, of course. Donut Make You Wonder, donut like a hole in the donut, a Donut
Right.
Make You Wonder program. They're starting to line up people for that. We have to anticipate that we're going to be back to, quote, almost normal. Of course, if COVID says we can't be together, then this is all for naught, but we have to at least plan for it. And so they're busily planning for it now.
Very good. Let's talk staff recognition. An event was recently held virtually, and we have an employee in the city of New Hope that was recognized. Tell us about that.
Well, we every year have an employee appreciation dinner. Well, you know how that goes. We couldn't
Right.
do that. So instead, what we did is we had everybody stay in their office, or if they're at home, go virtual to watch this. And we gave out the awards. Kirk and I were at City Hall, and we gave out the awards to people in the office. Well, Aaron Thielen, who is the supervisor for Park and Rec, was in his office, and he was given the Employee of the Year.
Wonderful.
Last year, there were 2 Employees of the Year, and of course, you get a tiara, and you're expected to wear it.
Oh, boy.
So he's in his office while we're giving the little rundown, and he doesn't know it's him until the 2 pop in with their tiaras, and now he's got 2 to wear.
Oh, boy.
So he's really been working hard.
Yeah.
He's the one that put these family packs together, these kits that you can rent. He's been doing a lot of really creative stuff in the Park and Rec department. So he's our Employee of the Year this year.
Congratulations to Aaron. All right, here's a new one for you and residents of New Hope. We've got some rubber ducks that need a new home. Mayor, what about these ducks?
I have to laugh. I'm sorry. A group called Food Allergy Support Group gave us 1,000 yellow rubber duckies. And so now we're looking for an opportunity in which to use our little rubber duckies. We haven't quite found it yet, but we will.
Oh, yes, there'll be a way to get those out. Let's move to
Somewhere.
the Ice Center, talk a little bit about some work being done there at a little bit of a different time than normal.
Well, the ice arena is closed down until the 18th of December. We thought this would be a really good time to take the ice out on the north rink to do some maintenance. So typically what they do is they turn off the coolers and let the ice melt and it drains away.
Right.
And they can do their maintenance on the floor and then put the ice back on.
Okay.
So why they're doing it now instead of in the spring is because it's shut down, and it seems like a good time to do this. It's really a big process to take that ice out and then to put it back on. You can't just pour a bunch of water and hope it freezes. So it's quite a lengthy process to do that.
I believe it. Let's move to human resources. A few notes to pass along to residents here. First, with the police department, what has been going on there as far as interviews?
Well, we had 10 interviews last week looking for our new police officer. They should have made a decision. I'm not the first one to know, by the way. They
Okay.
tell the chief before they tell me. So we should have the names of the officer by the end of this week.
And then also a process going on with the newly elected council member. Tell us what happens behind the scenes.
So Mike Eisenberg, who has been elected to be one of our new council members, typically each department head takes him into their department and shows them what they do so that he can hit the ground running. So because he's got a job that he works at home, couldn't take time off work. So they've been doing this almost every day from 3:30 to 5:30. And so he's meeting with each of the directors and getting the lowdown on what's going on in their departments. He's been going to the Planning Commission meetings and the Citizens Advisory Commission meetings and wanting to get him up to speed as quick as we can.
Very good. A few final notes we have from the mayor today. First is holiday lights map, a chance to get out and enjoy some of the holiday fun. How does this work?
Well, people were asked to sign up if they have lights outside their houses. And so they did. And now we have a map that's available. It's available at City Hall. It's also available online. They can take that map and go driving around at night and look at the pretty lights that are out there.
Sounds fun. So newhopemn.gov/holiday lights, the place to find out where you can see those lights. Next is Xcel Energy. They've got a calendar coming out for the next year. And I understand on one of the pages, you're going to find a surprise.
Well, you are. Xcel Energy does a new business calendar that they put out. And this year, we, the city of New Hope and our city hall, are going to be Miss December.
Aha.
So we'll be on December with a full, beautiful picture of our new city hall that'll go out to all Xcel Energy businesses.
Very nice. Hopefully people can hang that up proudly. Final note, you just wanted to pass along a little continuing information for residents about COVID-19 and staying safe.
Oh, yes. Please, please wear your mask when you go out. Wear gloves if you can. Stay apart from each other. Stay safe, and please stay healthy.
Good words of advice. And again, a lot of information passed along today. Some new things. If you have an idea what to do with the ducks, you can certainly go to the city's website and give some advice, newhopemn.gov. Mayor Hemken, thanks once again for your time. We'll look forward to talk to you again next week.
Thanks, Dave. See ya.